Built in the 1920s and once a pillar in the community, is now an eyesore in Columbia. Capital City Stadium has been here a long time. Tax cuts to tariffs, Trump has big plans for the economy for the next 4 years. But what does that mean for local businesses here in 5 Points? STEM is making its way into classrooms in more fresh and innovative ways, and in this master barbering class, it goes beyond just cutting hair. But where does Oliver Gospel get their resources like blankets and gloves for these colder temperatures? With nearly 41 million members of Gen Z eligible to vote this November, events like these show how important your vote is. That's right, Grace and JP. I'm here live at the State Fair grounds, where I got the chance to speak to a vendor of a new product that will turn some heads. I also got the chance to speak to vendors that have been here for over 50 years. I didn't get to catch the northern lights, but I am going to be catching the sun this weekend because it's going to be clear skies. It's going to be such a beautiful weekend. I cannot stress this enough if you want to be out and about. I know I'm definitely going to be going to the fair this weekend, so I'll have a full fair forecast on what you can expect if you're planning on going this evening, as well as Hurricane Milton update and Tropical Storm Leslie updates after this break. Clippers, cuts, and coating?
We actually called it barber coating. When the kids got into it, at first we thought the kids would be a little difficult trying to understand it. They jumped in, started figuring it out, and in a matter of 5-10 minutes, these kids were doing something they never thought they could do.
For the students in Mr. McKnight's barbering coating class at the Fairfield County Technology and Career Center, cutting and coating go hand in hand.
When I started, that's where I want to go to. So that's all right, but I think it's a little too far forward.
For junior Nigel Woodward, without the coating program.
And then we mess up, you know what I'm saying? That hair, it's going to take a minute to grow back. But right here, you know what I'm saying? You keep trying.
Students in the class are exposed to STEM by using a program called CSDT to code designs on an animated head before trying them on each other.
So for them to be able to see the coding process and also seeing a head on the screen with the clipper, and it can make the exact same sound, and seeing the design etched in the head by making the coding program work, that was a clicker.
According to the National Science Foundation, Black Americans only represented 9% of the STEM workforce in 2021. This is due to the lack of exposure of STEM in the classroom. According to the CEO of STEM-U, STEM is
underrepresented by minorities. It's something that's not introduced to minorities in the capacity that is introduced to other communities.
Williams helps connect educators and youth to STEM, and he believes
STEM is in everything we do. No matter if in journalism, no matter if it's in math, athletics, STEM is about problem solving. And so why parents should expose scholars to STEM is because they understand how to solve problems. They understand how to critically think.
STEM is making its way into classrooms in more fresh and innovative ways. And in this master barbering class, it goes beyond just cutting hair. STEM usually involves the traditional subjects such as science and math, but in this class,
it's not just a basic science STEM situation in that case, because it's out of the norm.
And for Nigel Woodward and many of his classmates,
Down here, the barbershop is, I'm saying, it's a place you want to be.
In Fairfield County, I'm Emily Tart, Carolina News.
And people freezing to death. I mean, literally, they go to sleep at night and freeze to death.
After losing a parent to drug addiction and another to COVID, Michael Smith has been homeless for 2 years. But one season is worse than others.
The winter is the worst because of the cold, the rain, and all that. And
in Columbia, there are more than 15 homeless shelters that can house anywhere from 40 to 125 people year-round. But homeless shelters like Oliver Gospel say they understand the harsh realities of homelessness in the winter, and they prepare.
I lead the team about a month and a half prior to the time that we're really expecting to see the temperature start to drop.
Chris Love is the program manager at Oliver Gospel and says they do inventory months in advance.
Make sure that we inventory how many blankets do we have, how many hats, scarves, socks.
But where does Oliver Gospel get their resources like blankets and gloves for these colder temperatures?
They're all donations, yeah. We are heavily dependent on the community.
And for Smith,
for that, Oliver Gospel setting me in and giving me a place that I can lay my head and keep dry, stay warm, shower. The importance of having somewhere to go is the main thing.
In Columbia, I'm Emily Tart, Carolina News. Abandoned for 10 years now, Capital City Stadium was a pivotal part of Chris Dorsey's life.
Growing up, I went to all the games. As a kid, I was I'm a sports junkie, so I would be at games all the time.
American Legion baseball coach, Dorsey realized how important this stadium is to the community.
And look over there, and it's dilapidated. I really looked at it. It was like weeds growing up everywhere. It was kind of looking in there. Fence was falling down. It was awful. And I was like, what's up with this? Why can't we just play here?
Built in the 1920s and once a pillar in the community, is now an eyesore in Columbia. Capital City Stadium has been here a long time. After speaking with Mayor Rickerman, Dorsey realized he needed the backing of the community to make a change.
I started the Facebook page, and it just went crazy. It literally went from, in 2 days, it went from 0 to 600 members.
One of the many supporters is Gamecock Baseball Club. Sinclair is the vice president of the club and says traveling to different fields can be time-consuming.
Especially with a 25, 30-minute drive added on, it could also prevent some kids from not being able to go to practice.
Many locals like Joby Castine are all hands in to bring back the historical Capital City atmosphere.
I remember back in the 50s when you could hear the Columbia Reds in the old wooden stadium playing down there. So I think Use is saving it because it is historic. So if they could save it for baseball purposes, I'm 100% behind it.
Dorsey is all in.
And if we don't get this, it's going to hurt.
While he's still waiting on a proposal request to restore the stadium, Dorsey hopes to hit a home run to save Capital City. In Columbia, I'm Emily Tart, Carolina News.